Gals, never here from Trickling Game, and a Sunny Mountain Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Wayfinder. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. There we go, okay. I agree that what my family has done is all but noble. Please, Geralt, if you would learn anything about me, it's this. I only wish to make a better future for our people. All of them. If I don't end up leading our people, I'll do my damned hardest to help whosoever does. Geralt nods and smiles. I can agree to that. You three shouldn't treat this as a competition. Regardless of who ends up leading the Iron Wood, you three have been brought together to find me for the very same goal. Bjorn moves away from the bench, then hugs Geralt tightly, which throws me off. Looks so warm. Arkin laughs and approaches them from the side opposite me. Oh, you two are gonna make me cry. Come here. He puts his arms around both of them, and the three wolf giants hug one another. Aww. I want to join, but I'm certain the bones in my body have a weight limit. I resign myself to just smiling and patting their shoulders while standing next to the furry mountain. We'll be like one big happy family in no time. Seeing these three like this, I can't help but to think about which one of them will ultimately become the great chief. More than that, my mind is brought back to Skull and Haiti. I don't know much about them at all, and my wolves don't seem to have much to go on either. Where's their father? Another good question, Finder. However, there is another question, not unlike that one, that you must find the answer to. I feel my stomach drop. The voice again. It definitely isn't Skull's. It's sinister, a bit scary, and definitely darker. I open my phone, texting my mom back. I get a strange feeling as I think on the voice's words for a second. I realize there's a piece of the puzzle I don't have that may help me find some of the other pieces. A question I must find the answer to, similar to my former question. It seems too obvious, and yet it's genius. I whisper to myself as the three wolf giants laugh amongst themselves. Who's their mother? Ooh, you've unlocked bonus content in the extra content menu. Check it out in the main menu. Okay. Okay, so I'm done with this for now. Which means that I can jump into the bonus content. Okay, let's go to the extra content, y'all. Lost and found? Was that it? No. Extra content. You've unlocked bonus content. Okay. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this game, y'all. I hope to play more of it soon. Okay. Lost and found. Okay. Wayfinder. Lost and found. Have I already played this one? Let's see, y'all. You decided the rain today made you feel nostalgic enough to go digging through your old attic. So here you are, digging through dusty boxes and sifting through cobwebs and real webs, searching. Although you aren't exactly too sure what you're searching for. Well, regardless, it seems you managed to find it. The secret journal lost to you for years. A tome filled to the brim with the tales your friends told you over the years you spent together. Sometimes the stories were about you. Sometimes they had nothing to do with you, but were just as important to you all the same. Covered in a thick layer of dust, you try to brush the book's cover off with a sleeve, and, failing that, blow the dust away like in those fantasy movies. It's like, you know, coffee time. You know how that usually goes. Ew, tastes like abandonment. The name you'd expected to see is on the front, one you haven't spoken in a long time. A name from your youth, of a life you've long since laid to rest. The life of a finder. You say the name aloud. Oh, it's about Finn, okay. Finn, that takes me back. You sigh and turn the musty, leather-bound tome on its side and open the cover. You scan the jumbled contents of the first few pages. Most of it seems to be nonsense or notes or doodles. Finally, about 20 or so pages in, you find a makeshift table of contents. In this side story, you'll read bonus scenes you've unlocked through reading the main story. Okay. What secrets might you find as you progress? Try returning after finishing each act of the main story to see, so it should have some new content. Okay. Which chapter would you like to view? Oh, so how many of these have I done, y'all? I think return? Oh, no. New bonds. Okay. I remember doing night shift. You turn to the page labeled New Bonds. On the foot of the page, you see a note scrawled out. I still think back on this whenever I need a push. It's easy to forget we three were once just candidates, competitors for the title of Great Chief. That is, until you came along and befriended the three of us. Bjorn. He always had a way with words. On more than one occasion, you found yourself in awe as he used his silver tongue to easily diffuse tense situations. You looked beneath Bjorn's words and read on. You flatter me. I was really just a confused and indecisive ball of anxiety who just managed to be there when you three needed. That isn't how you'd phrase it, especially after experiencing as much as you have. Still, there's a bit of truth to it that you can relate to. There's more to the note, but you decide to leave it for now. You turn your eyes to the top of the page and begin to read its contents, wondering how your point of view might evolve. Chapter 3. New Bonds. Alright, one second, y'all. Water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? Okay. Alright. The motley crew entered the private bar room Bjorn rented out in a single-file line, with the tallest of the wolf giants at the front, followed by Arkin, Geralf, and finally, him. The Finder! Finn! As the others find their seats, Bjorn moved behind the bar to the surprise of Geralf and Arkin. Finn just smirked and looks to Bjorn. Whoa, didn't know you could bartend, Bjorn. Here I am expecting you to just get drunk with us. Bjorn smiled at Arkin and gave a little bow. So then, what will you all have? Geralf looked around nervously, and Finn seemed to pick up on it. Geralf, let's just start off with some shots of tequila. Geralf seems to have never had alcohol before. He must be intimidated. Maybe Finn has picked up on this as well. Geralf confirmed Bjorn's thoughts just a moment later. Sure, I've never had it before. Is it good? Not particularly, but it's not really about the taste. It's more for the unwinding. Does that make sense? Another shot, please. Holy moly. He's on his 9th shot in as many minutes. Geralf, you should slow down a bit. Let's get something that you can sip on for a bit. Okay. Arkin looked at Bjorn in awe, still impressed by his bartending ability. That, or just excited that he had a friend who could drink like himself. Arkin, for his part, was on mead number 3. Finn looked to Bjorn and sighed, and the wolf giant chuckled. He realizes he's in for quite the time wrangling the two of them, and I don't envy him. So, what'll it be then? Finn smirked knowingly, winking. Well, do you have anything fragrant so our friend here... He nodded his head toward Geralf, who was staring at his empty shot glass in disdain. Can take his time a bit? Fragrant, huh? Something with a flower of some kind, I suppose. But first... Yeah. Geralf? Yes? Bjorn's sudden call snapped Geralf out of his stupor. Are you allergic to flowers, or just pollen? It's just the pollen. It ruins my sinuses, and things get pretty sniffly and sneezy. I see. I may have just the thing. Oh? Make it 2 then, if that's the case. The devilish bartender wolf smiled and issued a nod toward his human friend. Hey, may as well make it 3 if that's okay. I don't want to be left out. Bjorn gave Arkin a quizzical look, eyeing the other wolf giant's still-filled mug. Arkin followed Bjorn's gaze, noticed his drink. He looks back to Bjorn with a cunning smirk. Then, in a matter of seconds, he chugged the entire mug, and, after setting it down, folded his arms cleanly in front of him atop the bar counter with a cheeky grin. Bjorn couldn't help but smile. I'll just make one for each of the 4 of us. The 3 patrons watched Bjorn as he swiftly made his way around behind the bar. He gathered 2 lemons, a bottle of bourbon, and a shaker. Next, he cut the lemon in half. Oh, this one! It's so good! Bjorn wedged one half and squeezed the juice from the other half into the shaker. There you go. Coffee time. Well, coffee's done, so I suppose it is water time. Orange creamsicle bubbly water is so good. After he cut the second lemon in 2, Bjorn squeezed some more juice from one of the halves into the shaker as well. The wolven bartender scanned the counter and picked up a bottle of lavender simple syrup. He measured out 1 ounce and poured it into the shaker with the lemon juice. Following up, Bjorn took a bottle of bourbon off the shelf below the top shelf. I've never had bourbon before, but that looks inviting. He measured out 4 ounces and added it into the shaker and, dropping a cube of ice in after, Bjorn closed the shaker tight.
He shook the mixture up until he couldn't hear the ice against the inside of the shaker anymore. After enough time, Bjorn removed the top from the shaker and readied four double rocks glasses. I can already smell it. He reached for an ice scooper and gathered some crushed ice and filled each of the glasses near to the top. Bjorn poured the concoction from the shaker into the two of the glasses and then repeated the process of mixing the drink in the shaker to round out the other two in less than a minute. He poured his mixed drink into the remaining two glasses and topped each with a sprig of lavender, save for Geralf's, which received a cherry instead, and one of the lemon wedges he had prepared. The other men watched in astonishment as Bjorn fluidly presented the drinks to each of them with a metallic straw. Ooh, that does look good. 4 lavender whiskey fixes for 4 thirsty boys. Amazing! The Bjorn special! These look quite interesting. They smell so good, too. Bjorn smiled, a wide and toothy smile, proud of his companion's reactions. This is one of my favorites. I make it pretty often, so I make sure this bar keeps enough of the ingredients stocked. Lavender? And lemon? I'm intrigued. Finn and Geralt were the first to drink. So, what do you all think? Finn's face blushed with some human emotion Bjorn couldn't read. Geralt's face, however, lit up with excitement. Arkin took a sip next, and though he winced at first, his eyes lit up after. You know, I already think it's delicious. I agree. I love it. Bjorn smiled as the drink proved a hit. So, you guys told me why Arkin's line is called the Vessel line, but what about the other lines of Skull and Haiti? Arkin chuckled and appeased Finn's curiosity. Well, Geralf's line is called the Spear line, as they were considered the legitimate direct lineage of Skull. It's the straightforward lineage, so to speak. Bjorn's line is called the Bear line, a more recent name. Why is Bjorn's called the Bear line? Bjorn tensed up again. The elders from a time between then and now gave our lines these names to more easily discuss us. But since we recently took back the role of Great Chief, the elders likened the period out of power to a hibernation. Hence, bears. Cute. Finn nodded in understanding, hiding his delight at the nickname's fittingness for Bjorn's stature. Bjorn smiled at Finn and began preparing a second round of drinks as the group chatted away. After a short while, there was a sort of cadence that permeated the room. The laughter slowly quelled and the drinking slowed as well. So, Finn, what is it exactly you have to do tomorrow before the Halloween party? Not that I mean to pry, but you mentioned something important. Finn noticeably froze up for a moment, but then shook it off. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!